I have a question. I have some black and brown spots on my hydrangeas. What could this be?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of shrubs and trees with black spots and brown spots and yellow spots as well. There are actually a lot of different kinds of causes. On hydrangeas, the most common cause that we'll see is leaf scorch, which can have to do with a lot of drought and heat conditions that we've been seeing this year. So it really depends if you're seeing it on the south side of your hydrangea. It's probably sun scorch or something like that. We'll see a little bit of it on our hydrangeas as well. So you'll see these kind of leaf margins over here that start from the edges and then progress their way inward. That's usually a heat or a drought response. But then you might see something like splotches that are more uneven or widespread throughout the plant. And this is actually something that's usually caused by a fungus called cercospora. Cercospora leaf spot is pretty common on hydrangeas as well as things like redbud as well. So you'll see these kind of really cool little spots all over the leaves. And that'll happen, it's a response to maybe a cool, wet spring that is followed by a hot, humid summer where that particular type of fungus really takes off. The good news is it's mostly cosmetic, so meaning it's not going to affect your overall plant health. It's just going to be something that really takes away from the appearance of your plant, especially later on in the summer, but usually it's not a cause for alarm. However, it is important to keep an eye on your hydrangeas to make sure that if they are struggling from year to year with the exact same thing, eventually that plant is going to get weaker and weaker and it might succumb to the disease along with a combination of other things. The best thing that you can do to protect your hydrangea's health though is make sure that it is watered in times of drought. Make sure that you have a good layer of mulch on the ground underneath the hydrangea that will help conserve water and suppress some weeds. And then overall just rake up your leaves, especially if they do have these leaf spots on them. Make sure that you are raking up your leaves because this is going to be the source of infection for next year. So the more that you can get rid of these, compost them, remove them with the rest of your tree leaves if you do clean up your yard, that will really help reduce the occurrence of the disease next year.
Ask the Arboretum Experts has been brought to you by the Minnesota Landscape Arboretum in Chaska, dedicated to welcoming, informing, and inspiring all through outstanding displays, protected natural areas, horticultural research, and education.